Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. I wanted to start this video off with I got something from Ian Northing at Ian BINS sent me this article. As Brazil's economic risk recession, as Brazil's economy risks recession, regulators and banks implement blockchain. Brazil's weak economic growth and inflationary pressure have led to more than 13 million Brazilians currently out of work. The unemployment rate currently stands at 12.5%. While the country runs the risk of recession, cryptocurrency's low barrier for entry and promise of large returns appealed to Brazilians. Bruno Peroni, chief sales officer at Atlantis Quantum, told Cointelegraph, "We have a higher number of people investing in crypto than on the local stock markets. The most recent estimates show that there are 1.5 million Brazilians investing in crypto, whereas the local stock markets called B3 has just reached 1 million investors." Now, folks, this tells you something. A lot of these people that are struggling. And this is a part, I told you in the last video, some of the things I told the fishing guy that I was fishing with, and this is a part of what I believe we're going to see. You're going to see that these people, there's going to be a dramatic shift in wealth. I believe that the people of the world are sick and tired of these central banks devaluing their money and ultimately destroying their societies, which is what happens. And so you're going to see, I believe, that digital assets represent the lifeline. It's like the life raft being thrown out. I've watched the show on the Discovery Channel where they go crab fishing, and these guys, it's in the Bering Sea and it's so freezing cold, and these guys are out there catching crabs. It looks like the most miserable thing on the planet. But then every once in a while, one of these guys will fall in, and if he's in the water for long, he's dead. Well, I believe that they throw them that inner tube, they throw the life raft out to save them. Well, I believe that digital assets are just like that life raft, and I believe that we, as a result of what the central banks and the banks have done to our currencies, the money printing, the bailouts, and all of the rest, and the debts, I believe that we all can reach for that lifeline, and I believe that it is our lifeline to having something instead of having our savings stolen from us, or having bailouts where they steal money from the taxpayers, or bail-ins where they steal it out of your bank account. That's what I believe this represents, and that's why you're seeing articles like this. Now, next, thought this was funny. Brad Garlinghouse said that he wanted to send a case of champagne to David Marcus, who is the creator of the wallet for the Libra Facebook coin, because he was talking about how this is Ripple's record week, and that he wanted to send him a champagne. So the XRPist at _Australia22 said, send him a XRP tip, and says, as one of my idols wants to send you a bottle of champagne, and I really don't want his wish going unfulfilled, so sending you one XRP, hopefully you will get one bottle of champagne before December 2019 from it, with respect and love. I believe that he will be able to get some champagne with that one XRP. Next, from Michael at VAL5 Links, he sent a good article to me. Bitcoin Titan Mike Novogratz opens gates to institutional investors as BTC crosses 10K and crypto market cap surpasses 300 billion. And here's the article, and I wanted to read the start of it here, but also another clip. Mike Novogratz Galaxy Digital is expanding into cryptocurrency options contracts to meet demand from institutional investors. According to a report by The Block, Yoshi Nakamura, Global head of business development at Galaxy Digital says crypto mining firms and lenders are fueling sustained interest in crypto options, which can be used to hedge against the inherent volatility risk of cryptocurrencies. Novogratz said in March that Bitcoin can topple gold's market cap and that major players are lining up. All right, I wanted to take you down to this part. Gold's got an $8 trillion market cap, or a $7.5 trillion market cap. And so we're 100 times off that. We're not going to get there in Bitcoin in the next year or two. But over a 20-year period, could that happen? Easily. And that's giving zero optionality to all the other stuff. And so I think it seems like a pretty smart portfolio bet. Well, I'll take his bet a step further. Yes, 8 trillion. I said this. I said it in a tweet today. I'll show you the tweet here in a second. But gold has 8 trillion of all. Now remember, I'm talking more to those of you that are new to this channel. Remember, we have several asset classes. Okay, the last time a new asset class was created was in the 1600s when bonds were created. And now you have digital assets. The least amount of money in any asset class on the planet Earth, of which there are like 5 to 7, the least amount of money in any of them is $8 trillion, and it's in gold, and gold is just a subset of commodities, which is really the asset class. $8 trillion. There is 325 or so billion dollars, or 328, whatever it was, $billion in all of crypto right now. And in my opinion, you've got 2,000 or so crypto. In the end, you'll see XRP and Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum and a couple more that'll be the ones that get the bulk of the money that's in there at all. So imagine that consolidation, and then you've got a mature market in this space. And then throw in there on top of that the utility I was talking about for XRP in the last video, which is trillions of dollars. We're talking way ahead of where we are right now. This is not even, it's really not even the beginning. But this is what I tweeted out earlier. Digital assets, the first new asset class since the creation of bonds in the 1600s. Total market cap of around $328 billion today. Of all other asset classes, the least amount of money in any of them is gold at $8 trillion. Very beginning of the revolution. Totally true. All right, next. And I wanted to show you this because you need to hear Brad Garlinghouse's words if you haven't heard me say this before. I went and found one of the articles where he talks about the utility of XRP. CNBC interview with Brad Garlinghouse. This is from back June 5th, 2018. Older article. Right here, he says, he's talking about XRapid, which is Ripple's software product that uses XRP to fund real-time liquidity, so no longer do I have to pre-fund. There's trillions of dollars parked around the world, the pre-funded in between banks, between corporates at banks. And if we can make those trillions of dollars more efficient, we make the entire global financial ecosystem more efficient. When you hear him talking about trillions of dollars, make no mistake, he is talking about trillions of dollars flowing through XRP and sitting in XRP. Whereas today there's around 15 to 20 billion dollars in XRP, folks. 15 to 20 billion dollars. Okay? I said this today as well. If you are hitting the refresh button on CoinMarketCap today as an XRP holder, you are ahead of 99% of the population of the world. Think about that. What I'm saying there is it's probably less than 1%. I think it's more like 0.1% of the population even knows what Ripple or XRP is. If you're an XRP holder, as you sit here and watch all this unfold, and yes, we'll have run-ups and pullbacks and all that. You're having a pullback today after the run-up. But if you're an XRP holder, as we sit here today, you are in about probably more like the 0.1% of the population that not just owns it. Well, as an owner, maybe less than that even. But I would say less than 1% even know what Ripple or XRP even is. Maybe less than 0.1%. That's probably right. Okay. C3 Nick came in and made a good point today. It is a real classic. People are thinking about selling the selling the consolidating assets, good altcoins, for the one which has already been moving up for a while, Bitcoin, and they wonder why they don't make much money in markets. Do whatever you think's best. This is not financial advice. But what he's saying is there's a tendency every time there's a run-up for what most people do, the people who do not make money in life, they see Bitcoin going up and they go out and buy Bitcoin. That is not how you invest. When you see one going up, you look for the ones that are not. And I can tell you the digital asset that has gone up less than all of the top 10 over the last say 3 to 6 months, it's XRP. The greatest opportunity in digital assets is XRP right now, and it's going to be that way, in my opinion, for the next 5 years is what I believe. I think it's the greatest investment opportunity for the next 5 years, hands down, is XRP, because you're about to see them take over the world in terms of utility, in my opinion. All right. This was sent to me by this guy. He is Crypto Boo 77. He says, "Hey buddy, can't believe my eyes. This is a Dutch children magazine about Donald Duck. This one is about Bitcoin, mass adoption, just a matter of time." And he sent me this. It's a Donald Duck magazine, and you can see the word Bitcoin there, and it looks like those are supposed to be Bitcoins on the ground. That's pretty cool. Next. Welcome to Hell by Tim Pool. He tweeted this out. It looks like somebody has created this, but they're illustrating a point. The future of Facebook's Libra coin. You're blocked from your electronic wallet. This temporary block will last for 30 days, and you won't be able to use your FB currency until it's finished. You've purchased something that goes against our community standards. Read the Facebook community standards to learn what kind of purchases aren't allowed. And then you're supposed to click OK. But they're just making fun, but they're making a kind of a valid point of what could happen. Chinu Patel, who's been on fire, at Chinu Patel 29, give him a follow, sent me this from Mr. B, who's also a definite follow, at XRP Mr. On 12/1/2017, Bitcoin ran from 10,000 to 11,000. XRP was still just 24 cents. Wait for it. Right after that, right after Bitcoin did the run-up in 2017, just as an FYI, those of you that don't know, XRP later began to surge and went up as high as $3.80-something. Next, this is also from him. Reminder, Bitcoin was dead at $4,000 exactly 3 months ago. Yes, stick that one in your pipe and smoke it. Bitcoin was dead. They were, if you could have seen the headlines. I need to do one show just on the headlines during the bear market that Bloomberg and Forbes and all of them were putting out. It was the end of the world. Crypto was the dumbest thing you could ever do. It was a Ponzi scheme. It was rat poison. It was all this stuff. And meanwhile, they were all the wealthy people were investing. Harvard was investing. Yale was investing. You name it. Jamie Dimon was creating JP Morgan coin while he bashed Bitcoin. Von Kripp sent me this. Latin America banks test Ripple's X-Current payment solutions, eyes XRP based on X-Rapid solutions. Banesco Panama and Scotiabank Chile have reportedly run proof of concept for cross-border payments with Ripple. I believe that you're about to see some of these banks. I believe the dominoes are literally about to just collapse everywhere with Ripple and X-Rapid, the use of XRP, you name it. Sergeant Obi-Wan sent me this. Global Watch, this is from yesterday and I didn't get a chance to cover it. Global Watchdog issues new reporting guidelines for Bitcoin and altcoin transactions affecting crypto exchanges, custodians, hedge funds, and traders. And then XRP Crypto will summarize this. It says the Financial Action Task Force has officially ruled that crypto firms worldwide must share client data when transferring funds between each other. Says it will give countries 12 months to abide by the guidelines with a review set for June 2020. And then he goes on, update, the just released FATF guidance also directs countries to crack down on crypto mixers and make sure they can freeze funds of sanctioned users. This is exactly why everyone hates government since they want to control everything. FML, now all of us have KYC by 2020. Most exchange, this is somebody else. But anyway, you see the point. it's not like we didn't think this was going to happen. I've told you all from the inception of this channel that you have got to make sure that you pay your taxes and all the rest of it, because don't think these people can't track you. They will track you. The government, they're not worried about your well-being, and they're not worried about protecting you, the consumer. That's their tagline. That's BS. What they're really worried about is taxes and controlling the money flow so that they can control populations. That's what it's really about. That's what it's always been about. And so that is what this is about. But that doesn't mean that you don't have a massive opportunity to change your life if you recognized this about digital assets early and what we're a part of. XRP big time, NX big time. I've had 3 people call me today and asking how to set up a Coinbase account. FOMO, hashtag FOMO. Well, get ready, folks, because all of you that are out there that are listening to me, just make sure that when they do make that call to you, tell them to go listen to the Digital Asset Investor. I will tell them so that you don't have to tell them what to do. This is from Web Surfer, and it's an article. Asia dislikes the tyranny of the dollar, but Libra may be worse. It says monetary authorities don't want a funding shock to their banking systems. However, were Facebook to pose an existential threat, they may be compelled to walk an untrodden path. So anyway, everybody's worried about this Facebook coin and wary of it, I guess is the way to say it. Okay, finally from Chinu Patel 29 sent me this. RB3, the blockchain bull at Robert Bagley. XRP plus MoneyGram equals Visa. XRP plus Earthport equals Visa. XRP plus Visa equals 2020 Japan Olympics Games. Exclusive provider. XRP plus Visa equals spin card. XRP plus Visa equals moon to the freaking moon. Math lesson over. And he's tweeting out one of Easy XRP's MoneyGram to integrate Visa Direct. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that Ripple is all in bed with Visa and MoneyGram and Earthport, and it's all one big thing. So this doesn't surprise me at all. Thank you for listening.